Welcome, everybody, to Chad's Campfire Tales. Grab a seat and a hot cup of cocoa, sit back, relax, as we embark on a journey together. There was once a woman who was very, very cheerful, though she had little to make her so, for she was old and poor and lonely. She lived in a little bit of a cottage and earned a scant living by running errands for her neighbors, getting a bit here, a sup there as rewards for her services. So she made shift to get on, and always looked as spry and cheery as if she had not a want in the world. Now, one summer evening, as she was trotting, full of smiles as ever, along the high road to her hovel, what should she see but a big black pot lying in the ditch? "Goodness me," she cried. "That would be just everything if only there was something to put in it. But I haven't. And now who could have left it in the ditch?" And she looked about her, expecting the owner would not be far off, but she could see nobody. "Maybe there's a hole in it," she went on, "and that's why it's been cast away. But I could do fine to put a flower in for my window, so I'll just take it home with me." And with that she lifted the lid and looked inside. "Mercy me," she cried, fair amazed, "if it isn't full of gold pieces. Here's luck." And so it was, brimful of great gold coins. Well, at first she simply stood stock still, wondering if she was standing on her head or heels. And she began saying, "Locks be do feel rich. I feel awful rich." And after she had said this many times, she began to wonder how she was going to get her treasure home. It was too heavy for her to carry, and she could see no better way than to tie the end of her shawl to it and drag it behind her like a go-kart. "It will soon be dark," she said to herself as she trotted along. "So much better. The neighbors will not see what I'm bringing home, and I should have all the night to myself and be able to think what I'll do. Mayhaps I'll buy a grand house and just sit by the fire with a cup of old tea and do no work at all like a queen. Or maybe I'll bury it at a garden foot and just keep a bit in the old china teapot in the chimney piece. Or maybe, goody, I feel grand I don't know myself." But this time she was a bit tired of dragging such a heavy weight, and stopped to rest a while, turned to look at her treasure. Oh Lord, it wasn't a pot of gold at all. It was nothing but lumps of silver. She stared at it, rubbed her eyes and stared at it again. "Well, I never," she said at last. "And me thinking it was a pot of gold, I must have been dreaming. But this is luck. Silver is far less trouble, easier to mind, and not so easy stolen. Them gold pieces would have been the death of me, and with great lump of silver." So she went off again, planning what she would do, and feeling as rich, until, becoming a bit tired again, she stopped to rest and gave a look round to see if her treasure was safe, and she saw nothing but a great lump of iron. "Well, I never," says she again, "and I mistaken it for silver. I must have been dreaming, but this is luck. It's real convenient. I can get a penny pieces of old iron, and penny pieces are a deal handier for me than your gold and silver. Why? I should never slept a wink for fear of being robbed. But a penny piece comes in useful, and I shall sell that iron for a lot and be real rich, rolling rich." So on she trotted, full of plans as to how she could spend her penny pieces, till once more she stopped to rest and looked around to see her treasure was safe. At this time she saw nothing but a big stone. "Well, I never," she cried, full of smiles. and to think I mistook it for iron. Must have been dreaming, but his luck indeed, and me wanting a stone terrible bad is to stick open the gate. Ah my, it's a change for the better. It's a fine thing to have good luck. So, all in a hurry to see how the stone would keep the gate open, she trotted off down the hill till she came to her own cottage. She unlatched the gate and then turned to unfasten her shawl from the stone, which lay on the path behind her. Aye! It was a stone sure enough. There was plenty light to see it lying there, douse and peaceable as a stone should. So she bent over it to unfasten the shawl end, when, oh my! All of a sudden it gave a jump, a squeal in one moment was big as a haystack, and then it let down 4 great lanky legs and threw out 2 long ears, nourished a great long tail, and romped off, kicking and squealing and whining and laughing like a naughty, mischievous boy. The old woman stared it till it was fairly out of sight, and then she burst out laughing. Well, she chuckled, I'm in luck, quite the luckiest body hereabouts. Fancy me seeing a Boogey-beast all to myself, and making myself so free with it too. My goodness, I do feel the uplifted, that grand. So she went into her cottage and spent the evening chuckling over her good luck. And now we come to the end of our adventure together. Thank you all for joining me. I hope you all enjoyed this campfire tale. Until next time, go forth, forthwith.